went when it comes to high school sports. Since football season ended last month, we've jumped right into district play for basketball teams, and National Signing Day is right around the corner. It's lots to talk about. So David McNabb from VYPE.com is back with us tonight. David, thanks so much for being here.
It's great being here. Lots of games to cover.
Absolutely. Let's start talking some basketball. Of course, Flower Mound Marcus, when they had Marcus Smart and Phil Forte, just an absolute powerhouse, but they're back again with some pretty good talent, and they're not the only one.
Yeah, they're doing really well. Clay Cody was a well-known, highly respected coach when Danny Henderson left to Duncanville, and now he's a Boise State assistant. But Marcus had a kid whose family situation kind of changed with his mom. So Xavier Adams, who's from Alvarado, a New Mexico commitment, and he's moved in, kind of filled in some pieces around there. Now all of a sudden Marcus is a big player, and everybody kind of thought for a couple years they'd be on a down cycle, but they're going to be a playoff power.
Allen playing well.
Allen's doing really well. Of course, Allen has been good in pretty much everything. They've sort of struggled in basketball a little bit. That may be by comparison. They've been pretty good, but you're used to seeing them do really well. Coach McCullough has done a great job. He had lots of nice pieces, and then he had a kid move in from Indianapolis, Nick Rutherford, who's a really long 6'3" kind of guard, plays great defense, being recruited by ACC schools, and he's made a really nice difference in the Allen team.
We want to stick with boys basketball. Let's head kind of southwest. And when teams like South Grand Prairie, Cedar Hill, DeSoto, Duncanville, those Tuesday and Friday nights, you just really never know. There's so much talent. The games are so well played, and it really is, I suspect, for you, fun to cover.
Oh, I know. You could have big Tuesday night games or something like that, or big Friday night games down there. When you show up South Grand Prairie, DeSoto, you have no idea who's going to win. In the home court, they've learned how to play at each other's places because they do it real well. And, Cedar Hill's been in that mix. Duncanville, which Coach Henderson, who we mentioned, left to go to Boise State, Kenny Boren, who was his assistant at Flower Mound Marcus, he took over at Duncanville, and they're really starting to put it together. They've got a big-time player. Omar Sherman signed with Miami, but they play that old kind of Marcus squeaky tennis shoe defense, and they're hard to score against, and they've become a player in that district.
All right, let's talk a little recruiting before we let you go. And Charlie Strong, of course, made the visit here on Thursday, and it went pretty well.
Went to Arlington Bowie and got a commitment from Edwin Freeman, who's a nice 6'2", 210. He kind of started out as a safety. He'll probably grow into a really nice linebacker. Very nice get for Texas, coming in trying to get a little momentum. The problem for Texas is they aren't catching A&M.
They're light years ahead of everybody.
Right. Texas A&M has a tremendous class. They're already building momentum for 2015. In fact, they're having junior days for 2015 before they even sign 2014 kids.
Yeah, because it's all wrapped up. That work is done. They're looking ahead already for the next year.
There's some spots, and there'll be some players that's really big to them, but in the macro scheme, the biggest player out there, Solomon Thomas, the Coppell defensive tackle, and he's a great player. And it looks kind of like Stanford and Texas, and they're watching, and that's going to make a huge difference in both of their recruiting. But yeah, the 2014, everybody's already evaluating the class and ranking them, even though they'll have the ceremony in a couple weeks. The 2015 is already cranking.
It's interesting stuff. Of course, signing day coming up February 5th. This, of course, is David McNabb. To find his great work, you go to VYPE.com Dallas. VYPE.com Dallas. There are a lot of VYPEs across the country. We appreciate the time. Thanks so much.
Okay.
All right, great stuff. Keep it right here, folks. Team of the Week is up next, so stay right here on the Chevy High School Sports Special.
Randall No will beat any deal. Because at Randall No, you just pay for the car or truck, not the building. That's right, only pay for the car or truck. Remember, Randall No will beat any deal. Start shopping our incredible selection now at randallno.com.